Pulling into the breath, deep into the belly. Feel the gentle flow of the breath as it enters and leaves the body. The relaxation of the exhale. Let go of thoughts of past and future. Stay in the present moment. Deep in the inhale, lengthen the exhale. Establish a calm, long and fluid breath, a breath to carry you through the practice. Taking a few rounds of the Wim Hof breathing method. Inhale to fill the belly, then into the lungs, and into the head. Exhale through the mouth, belly, chest, and head. Exhale out of the mouth. Belly, chest, and head. Exhale out of the mouth. And on your inhale, invite small movements to the body. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Rolling into the wrists, the ankles, and gently rocking the head from side to side. Slowly letting the lower back arch off the floor, pressing the calf muscle into the ground to maybe even lift the glutes off the ground. And lower the arms, bend the knees, feet flat to the ground. Gently rock the knees from side to side. Use the hands and arms to create small circles, clockwise and counterclockwise, making sure to roll in both directions. And then that's the hands and arms controlling the legs. Making the circles as big or as small as what's appropriate for you. Exhale slowly draws the knee back up to center, alternating from leg to leg. Inhale to open. Relax at the bottom. Exhale up to center. Open your feet as wide as the mat, or at least past hip width. Exhale, lower both knees to the right. Try to keep the feet as they are. Inhale back up to center. Exhale to the up. Arms to your sides, palms to the floor for stability. Lift the feet off the ground, drawing the knees angle between the thigh and belly at 90 degrees. Exhale, lower the legs to the right. Stopping the legs from touching the floor, getting as close as possible. If you're moving 2 inches, that's fine. For 1 full breath. Trying to release tension on your exhale. Coming to center, feet flat to the ground, directly underneath the knees, and as wide as the hips. The 3 middle fingers should be able to touch your heels. On your exhale, press your feet into the ground, lifting the hips high, engaging through the glutes. Inhale slowly lowers the hips back down. And exhale to press and lift. Inhale lowers. Letting the hips return to the floor. Making your way to your hands and knees, either rolling to one side and pressing yourself up, or something more challenging, cross the legs and rock and roll forward and back, creating momentum. As you build momentum, maybe planting the hands and lifting the hips, trying to slip the legs in between the arms. This is quite challenging, so don't stress yourself for it. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. Fingers are spread wide with the index finger pointing straight out to the front. Flowing through the cat-cow. Inhale to roll the hips, the belly sinks, lifting the tailbone. Press into the hands to open the heart and look up. Exhale to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, head sinks between the arms. Inhale for cow, belly sinks, open heart. Exhale to round the spine, head sinks. Try to create a wave climb the last time. Using an inhale to return to a neutral spine in your tabletop. Setting up for bird dog. On the inhale, reach the right hand out and extend the left leg back and heel. Try to keep the nose and belly button centered on the mat. Exhale lowers everything down. Alternating from side to side. Inhale to reach. Exhale lowers. If you're looking for a greater challenge today, open your stance. Hands and knees wider than the shoulders and hips. You're going to extend out in more of a star shape, but that's perfectly fine. Your focus is keeping the nose and belly button centered on the mat. If you're opening the legs, pay attention to the angle on the inside of the thigh. That angle shouldn't move, shouldn't change. If you are changing that angle, that means you're shifting your weight over a knee, and you want to keep your weight into the hand. Find engagement through the core. One more full round, right hand, left hand. Once you've completed the round, walk your hands forward. Let the shoulders drift forward, straighten the hip. Modified plank pose. In light tabletop, you want the shoulder over your palm. If you're looking for a greater challenge, flip the toes and lift the knees for full plank pose. Make sure the head's not sinking. Draw the ears up towards the ceiling and towards the front edge of your mat. On your exhale, press into the hands, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pressing through the hands, reaching through the shoulders, and the head hangs. Make sure the rib cage is not flaring. You want to draw in the rib cage. Don't round through the thumb and pointer finger. Exhale, walk your feet into the hands, trying to keep the head low. Forward fold. Allow the body to hang. Keeping your feet flat to the floor, shift your weight into your toes and relax through the core. Gravity is your friend here. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten the legs, flatten the spine. Rolling through the hips, trying to lift the tailbone and reach the ears to the front. Finding length through the hamstring, the back of the leg. Let the hips rest on the floor. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest for cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows tucked in. Flip the toes, engage the pelvic floor. Exhale to press through the thumb and pointer finger. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the exhale, step or maybe hop your feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach the hands high. Exhale to the opposite side, reaching through the left arm. Inhale to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground your palms, step or hop the feet back to plank. Lower through the downward push-up, maybe stopping the body from touching the floor for chaturanga. Low if you need to. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest to cobra or up dog, lifting hips and knees off the ground. Toes reaching for the bottom edge of the mat, pelvic floor engaged. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach right foot high. Bend the knee, exhale, swing or step the foot through in between the hands. Grounding the left palm, inhale, reaches right hand high. Hands reaching away from one another. Exhale, lowers the hand to the inside of the foot. Inhale, reaches the left hand high. Try to keep the hips square to the ground. Don't roll through the hips. Exhale, lowers the hand. Press into the front foot. Inhale, the hands high. Crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight forward. Step your feet together. Sink the hips down and back. Chair pose. You want to be able to see your toes, and you're trying to send the hips as far back and down as possible. Don't send your knees forward. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground the palms. Step or hop the feet back to plank. Lower through the downward push-up. Onto your belly or hovering. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest. Cobra or up dog. Exhale the hips up and back, down dog. Cleansing breath. Inhale, reach left foot high. Bend the knee. Exhale, swing or step the foot through. In between the hands. Ground the right palm. Inhale, reaches left hand high. Reaching hands away from one another. Right hand pressing you away from the ground. Exhale, lowers the hand to the inside of the foot. Inhale, reaches right hand high. Be mindful of the hips. Exhale, lowers the hand. Press into the foot. Inhale, reach the hands high. Crescent lunge. Back leg fully engaged. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight forward. Step your feet together. Sink the hips down and back. Chair pose. Nice tall spine. If you feel this in the lower back, you're leaning too far forward. You should feel this in the front of the leg and in the glutes. Inhale, stand tall. Reach the hands high. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground the palms. Step or hop the feet back to plank. Pausing in plank, nice long line. Dropping to the knees if you need to. Exhale, lowers you down, chaturanga, or all the way down to your belly. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest. Cobra or up dog. Exhale the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, reach right foot high. Bend the knee. Exhale, swing or step the foot through in between the hands. Ground the back heel on a 45. Inhale the hands high. Rib cage flare. Relax the shoulders. Drop the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. If you can't interlace the fingers, place your palms on your hips. Inhale to press, opening the chest. If the fingers are interlaced, reach the hands down to the ground. If balance allows, take your gaze to the sky. Inhale, reach the hands high, gaze forward. Straighten the front knee. Exhale, spill. Pyramid pose or humbled warrior. Trying to place your hands to the ground, rolling belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. Exhale, bends the front knee to strength. Inhale, flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground the palms. Step or hop the feet back to plank. Lower through the downward push-up. Inhale to up hugger cobra. Exhale the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, reach left foot high. Bend the knee. Exhale, swing or step the foot through. Ground the back heel on a 45. Inhale the hands high, warrior one. Hips and shoulders square to the front edge of the mat. Relax the shoulders. Drop your hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers or palms on hips. Inhale to press to open the chest. If your palms are on your hips, you're trying to draw the elbows together. Whichever depth you're in, if balance allows, gaze to the sky. Try to keep the fingers interlaced if you can. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale to spill forward. Pyramid pose or humble warrior. Rolling belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. If you feel unstable in this posture, release your hands and ground your hands. If you have flexibility issues, blocks are a great option if you have some. In the lack of blocks, books will do fine. Exhale, release the hands. Bend the front knee to strength. Inhale, floats you up. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight forward. Step the feet together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground your palms. Step or hop the feet back to plank. Pausing in plank, nice long line. Moving into a tricky posture, side plank. If you need to, drop the left knee to the ground. On your exhale, transfer your weight into the left hand. Reach the right hand high. Whichever variation is most appropriate for you. You can have the feet staggered or stacked, maybe even lifting the top foot. Find whatever is right for you. You're trying to lift the hip, making sure the shoulder is directly over the palm. Exhale, lowers the right hand. Deep breath into prep. Exhale, transfer your weight to the right side, reaching the left hand high. You can have the knee down and one foot lifted. Choose the variation that's right for you. Exhale, lowers the hand. Drop down to the knees and send your hips to your feet. Child's pose. Slow, calm, deep breath deep into the belly. If the belly or breath feels restricted or compressed, open the knees. Allow the belly to expand. You want to be using your diaphragm to draw the breath into the body. Child's pose, take the time you need. If you're ready, inhale lifts you up into your tabletop. Flip the toes underneath the feet. Exhale, press into the hands. Send your hips up and back. Down dog. Find the length through the spine. Head hangs. On your exhale, walk your feet to the outside of the hands. Semi-wide leg forward fold. Allow the torso to hang. Cross the arms in front of your face. Let the body sway from side to side. You want the sway to be generated through the legs, through the feet and hips. Slowly coming to center. Release the arms. Try to keep the heels grounded. Exhale, lower the hips in between your feet for Malasana, low squat. This can be a quite challenging posture. If you can't squat down and keep your heels on the floor and your heels are lifted, I prefer that you ground your hands, bend the elbow to create a shelf with the back of the arm, and lean your weight into the back of the arm. Relaxing through the hips. This is all about the hip opener. If the heels are grounded, maybe you can place the elbows to the inside of the knees and drawing your hands to your heart. Nice tall spine. If you want to go deeper, fingertips together and draw your thumbs to your heart. If you need to come up into a standing position. 2 more breaths. And on the 3rd inhale, rise. Reach the hands up and away from one another. Standing star pose. Opening the heart and spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight into the left foot. Draw the right foot to the ankle, calf, or inner thigh for tree pose. If you have balance issues, keep the ball of the foot on the floor. Maybe lifting when you can and lowering back down when you need to stabilize. If you have a more advanced practice, sliding up or all the way to the inner thigh, maybe even into a bind if that's part of your practice. Slowly point the knee towards the front. Extend the leg long. Exhale, lowers the foot down. Inhale, reach the hands high, lift the heels. If you have knee issues, fold forward. If you have strong knees, exhale, lower the hips to your heels, keeping the heels off the ground for a balancing squat. Hands to heart. Pausing for a few breaths. If you're in your forward fold, maybe swaying from side, the more challenging it becomes. On your inhale, rise. Exhale, lower the heels and open the hands and heart. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight into the right foot, draw the left foot in for tree pose. One side may be more stable than the other. Choose what's right for you. Making sure you're not sinking into a hip. Keep pressing the ground away from you. Crown of the head reaching for the sky. Let your days get blurry. Sink into your drishti. Something that's not moving. Set your gaze on it. If you fall out, no big deal. Take a breath, gather yourself, and sink back into your tree pose. Slowly point the knee towards the front, extend the leg long. Exhale, fold forward, hinging in the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full ground the palms. Exhale the hips up and back down dog. Allow the hips to sway from side to side, opening through the lower spine. Drop down to the knees and make your way into a seated position. Legs extended long, straight out in front of you. Lengthen through the spine and draw in the toes. Lean the body forward and start tucking the chin to the collarbone. Moving into caterpillar pose, a full spinal stretch. Trying to keep that chin tucked in as tight as you can. And let the spine round. Maybe drawing the forehead towards the knees or belly button. You may not feel anything yet. If that's the case, you're ready to lift the arms off Your legs are ground to add gravity into the shoulders to pull you down further. If you still don't feel anything, you're ready to interlace the fingers and drape the hands on the back of the head. Slowly surrender the weight of the arms to the head. This can get quite intense. Use your breath to let go of any tension, any tingling or heat that you feel along the spine. Inhale to slowly come up, unraveling the spine. Slide yourself down to the edge of the mat if you're not there. And exhale slowly lowers you to your back. You want to move as slowly as possible with full control, maybe supporting underneath the thigh, floating the hands or floating the hands and feet. Full control, moving as slowly as possible. Once fully laying down, bend the knees, placing your feet flat to the ground. Moving into figure four or into the knee, opening the hip. If you want to go even deeper, both hands reach behind the left thigh, interlacing the fingers, pulling the knee in tight. If you have even greater flexibility, maybe reaching to the front of the shin. Trying to relax as much as you can through the right hip. If you want to get even deeper into the right glute, you can press the right elbow into the right thigh, encouraging that hip to open further. This is more like a push-pull. You're pulling on the left leg as you push into the right. Even try to draw the right heel down towards the left hip and reaching over top. This is extremely deep, so be mindful. Slowly and gently relax. Uncross the ankle. Left ankle over top of the right knee. Maybe drawing the right foot in, lifting the heel, and even pressing the left hand to the left thigh. Or maybe reaching both hands behind the right thigh or to the front of the right shin. Do that left hip. Slowly and gently releasing. Uncross the ankle. Gently rock the knees from side to side. Open the arms into a T. If you're limited for space, bend at the elbow, cactus arms, draw the knees into the chest. On your exhale, let the knees sink to the right, falling into a twist. Maybe using the right hand to hold the legs in place. If having the legs dropping to one side is too aggressive and the legs are hovering and you can't settle, this would be a time to use a block. And if you don't have a block, maybe a pillow underneath or in between the knees, maybe a combination of both. If you want to get deeper into the twist, extend the bottom leg straight down the mat. You may need to shift your hips to let the left knee sink to the ground. You can get even deeper by crossing the leg. You're drawing that bottom leg over top from underneath. You're using the weight of the bottom leg to draw down that top leg. Think eagle legs. Inhale to slowly come back up to center. Pausing at center, gently rocking from side to side. Let go of any tension throughout the spine. And when the body's ready, knees drawn in, exhale, lower the legs to the left, finding the depth of twist that's appropriate for you on this side. Maybe extending the bottom leg long, maybe even crossing legs, eagle legs. If this ever bothers the shoulder, you can use your block underneath the shoulder to support. Inhale to slowly come back up to center. Unravel the legs. Feet flat to the ground. Gently rock the knees. Reach your hands in between the knees, grabbing the shin. Book. Opening through the inner thigh. If you want to go deeper, you can slide the hands down to the ankles. To go even deeper, moving into happy baby, open the soles of the feet to the sky, hold the outside blade of the foot, and let the knees sink towards the armpits. If holding the outside blade of the foot is too aggressive and the hips are lifted and the spine is digging into the ground, you may need to switch your grip. Peace fingers holding onto the big toe. You want the spine flat to the ground. And in whichever depth you're in, try to press the tailbone into the ground. Relaxing through the hip. Slow, calm, steady breath deep into the belly. Slowly and gently releasing the legs, holding the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Taking whatever final adjustments you need, prepping yourself for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Arms to your sides, palms to the sky. If you have a wall, maybe legs up the wall. If you have blocks or bolsters, maybe supported bridge. Choose whatever final posture the body calls for. One settled, eyes gently closed. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out of the mouth. Letting the breath return to a natural rhythm. Breathing with ease, in and out of the nose, deep into the belly. Taking this time to thank yourself for the work you've put in today, the self-care. Draw your awareness to the body. Relax your legs and the hips, arms and shoulders. Soften the belly and your back. Release the ribs and the chest. Your neck. Relax your face. Unclench the jaw. Allow the eyes to be calm and gentle. The heart into love. People that you care for. Letting the heart reach out to them, sending them love. Let your heart reach out. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Invite small movements to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, wrists, the ankles, and gently rocking the head from side to side. Maybe slowly reaching your hands and feet away from one another, stretching through the full body. Bending the knees, feet flat to the ground, gently rock the knees from side to side. Maybe even pulling the knees into the chest to create small circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. And when you're ready, let the knees roll to one side and gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Ending with a seated meditation. You want the spine to be upright. If you need a block to sit on or a pillow to sit on, grabbing that. Let the eyes gently close. Right at the base of the spine, where we find safety and security. The color here is red. Think of the breath. Spine. Inviting the color red into the chakra. Getting a sense of grounding. Letting roots into the earth below you. Slow, calm, deep breath. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
gratitude for your loved ones and for the health of yourself and your loved ones. Feel the security of their surroundings. Take a few moments in silence and in stillness for a practice of gratitude, finding one thing to be grateful for, no matter how big or small. Drawing gratitude into the heart as you want to feel gratitude, not just think it. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart. With love and gratitude today, thank you all for your practice. From my heart to yours. Namaste.